There was once a man who was, by all accounts, poor. He had no wealth to speak of, no status to command respect, and no power to influence anyone. Yet a single sentence he uttered would completely change the way many people understood life itself. It est a story that challenges our very definition of what it means to be rich or poor, and it might just change your perspective too. In a small, quiet village, tucked away from the noise of the world, lived this poor man. His house was humble, almost worn out by time, and his clothes were simple and patched. He was a quiet man, with a gentle voice that most people rarely heard, and he blended into the background of daily life. He was the kind of person you might pass by without a second thought. Every morning, as the sun rose, he would set out to do the work that no one else wanted. He'd carry heavy loads of wood for others, sweep the village streets clean, and offer a helping hand wherever it was needed, all without ever asking for or expecting anything in return. He found purpose in his service, and his days were filled with simple, honest labor. One day, a wealthy young man, dressed in fine clothes and full of confidence, passed through the village. He saw the poor man tirelessly at work, his face lined with effort, but also with a strange sense of calm. The young man, curious and a little bit arrogant, approached him. "You work so hard, from sunrise to sunset, every single day," he said, with a hint of pity in his voice. "Why are you still so poor? What has all this hard work gotten you?" The poor man stopped what he was doing, looked up, and a gentle smile spread across his face. He replied softly, "I am not poor. I simply have less than some, but I lack nothing that truly matters." The young man scoffed and laughed, dismissing the words as the empty talk of someone trying to justify their own failure. He went on his way, convinced that money and success were the only true measures of a good life. But as the years went by, the young man's life, despite its outward success, grew heavier and heavier. The money he accumulated didn't bring him the peace he craved. The success he achieved didn't give him a moment of rest. The constant competition and the pressure to maintain his status drained his spirit, leaving him feeling hollow and exhausted. He had everything he thought he ever wanted, yet he felt a profound emptiness inside. Haunted by the memory of the calm, smiling man from the village, he finally decided to return. He found the man now older, but with the same peaceful look in his eyes, still living his simple life. The young man, now humbled by his own journey, approached him once more. This time, his question was different. "What is it that you have that I don't?" he asked earnestly. "I have everything the world values, yet I feel like I have nothing." The old man looked at him with compassion and replied with the same quiet wisdom as before. "I have peace," he said. "I have peace because I go to sleep every night knowing that I have done what is right, what is good, every single day. My conscience is clear and my heart is light. That is my wealth." And in that moment, the young man understood it. Here is the powerful truth that this story reveals. True poverty is not measured by the money in your bank account or the things you own. It is measured by a restless, anxious heart. There are people in this world who own everything they could possibly desire, mansions, cars, fortunes, yet they live in a state of constant lack, always needing more, always feeling that something is missing. They are driven by fear, by envy, by a hunger that can never be satisfied. And then there are others who have very little in terms of material possessions, but who live with a deep, unshakable inner abundance. Their wealth is not something you can see, but something you can feel. It is the richness of a peaceful mind and a contented soul. So, before you spend all your energy chasing what you think you don't have, take a moment to pause and ask yourself this one important question. Am I ignoring the incredible value of what I already possess? Am I overlooking the peace that comes from integrity, the joy in simple moments, the richness of my relationships, or the strength of my own character? Sometimes the greatest and most profound lessons in life don't come from famous speakers or powerful leaders. They come from the quietest people, living the simplest lives, who have discovered a truth that the rest of the world is still searching for. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more content that explores the deeper meaning of life. See you in the next video.